Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Reflect on Records. I'm Marcus. If you haven't seen me before, go back, check out my other videos, get to know me a little bit. If not, this is just kind of like an informational video, my trial and error to try and help people figure out their process of making their own videos. Um, Here at Reflect on Records, I kind of try to make a video log of my life and how I'm progressing and building my studio and getting to that pinnacle of where I want to be. Like I said, if you were to go back and check out my other videos, you'll see that I kind of started at rock bottom, but I feel where I'm at now, I feel very comfortable with what I'm doing. And um, I'm just to that point where I feel like, my video and my audio are up to par with where I want to be. It could always get better, but to get to that point where you're comfortable is, I feel it's just so crucial in this day and age because there's a lot of people with quality content out there. And if you're putting out stuff that is mediocre, that confidence level just drops. And at least in my case. So today, oh yeah, that's strong. Um, what I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if I've um mastered it, but it was really annoying me. I put out a video last night, kind of reviewing my new gear, my new mic, and my new interface, and getting that all set up. Um, but I kept hearing, this background noise still, and for this microphone and what I paid, I shouldn't have any of that. I should be able to fix all that. And what I found after doing some research of my own that, there's some plugins you can get for noise gate. I watched a few videos. For my room and my setup, I went with the Shure SM7B because I have a lot of ambient noise in the background. And I want to get rid of that. And I don't know if, like I said, if I've nailed it. Let me know what you hear and if it sounds good, in the comments below, kind of leave your input, maybe things that I could do to get better. I'd really appreciate it. But so last night, the video that I made and I watched it, they're just, I put some music in the background to kind of drown it out, but I shouldn't have to do that. That you shouldn't hear anything else but me. And I want it to be as clear as possible. So let's just jump right into it. What I did, um, like I said, I'm running the Apollo Solo in Windows through OBS. And my last video I talked about setting that all up. It was kind of a hassle, but I think I got it. I think I got it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you here. Um, I got this in console. I was using the Unison preamp, and I use that for recording vocals in my DAW when I'm making music. But I found that doing these videos, I need this right here, this API Vision channel strip through UAD. I think it's on sale right now for $149. Um, and I thought I bought it. I can't remember. Maybe I just bought the Avalon. Um, I've been buying so much right now, like trying to just get that perfect sound. So these are my settings right here. I've got my gain. You can see right here. Um, I'm maxing out at my loudest at 9 right here, 9 decibels. And I think that's pretty good. I'm not hitting that orange, and that's, you don't want to hit that orange. Like if you see over here, I'm at 12, 10, 9 decibels at my loudest. And that's what you want for your clipping. You don't want to be maxing out and piercing people's ears. I know that. And that's another thing with like setting all this up. I thought I knew how to make music and, slap on a beat and just track vocals and, put it where it needs to be and slap some effects on it. No, there's so much more to getting that sound. And like I said, today's day and age, it's so important to get that sound because a lot of people are doing it. A lot of people can do it. We have become this independent industry of doing these things on our own, stuff that, usually studio and producers and mixers would do for you. But we live in this age now where it's so amazing. You can do it yourself if you put your mind to it. But if you see my settings, I got my gate turned on. And, I'm not, to be honest, I've never used a gate. I didn't know what a gate was until last night. Like, I'd heard of it. But what it does is it opens and closes your high and low end floors, for what you want to hear. Like, if I turn this down, my depth, you can hear that, right? The background humming of my fridge, of just my room ambience, that noise floor. I don't want that in my videos. I don't want you to have your headphones in and hear that crap. So what do? I bring that noise floor to about right there. And as you can see, all you're picking up is my voice. Look at that. Drops to 0 when I stop talking. I think that's just amazing. And that's what you want. You want to pick up that clear vocal. Now, I also have on here, the classic LA2A that comes with the Apollo. And I'm compressing my vocals quite hard. And I'm not exactly sure. I had read somewhere that a producer does that to his vocals for an artist that he produces, and he compresses it pretty hard. If I take that off, I think it sounds too electronic, I guess. I don't know, for my ears. And when I turn it back on, let's take both of these off. So that's my sound. Maybe that sounds better. I don't know. You let me know in the comments below. Like I said, this is a trial and error for me. And if you're just getting into this, you know what I mean, right? I mean, it's just trial and error to whatever sounds good in your head. Like there's no right or wrong formula for how to do all this. But if you see, I got my sweep filter, my high and low pass. You got to turn it on. That's a big thing. I was like messing with all these last night. I'm like, I don't hear a difference for $150. There's no difference, but there is. You got to hit these on buttons for each one of these channels. You got your mic pre, and I had my this -20 that was turned on for some reason when I opened it, and it was just super quiet. And if any of you have the SM7, you know that it needs a lot of gain, but I have the Fed head plugged in, and that is giving me plenty of gain. I mean, if you look here, look at this. I'm at 38 decibels. That's not even halfway on my interface. And I think it sounds good. I think it's present. It's got its own sound. So we're gonna take this off now. So, like I said, comment below, because this is a huge trial and error for me. To get that right sound. And now I wouldn't use this necessarily when I'm tracking vocals, because in songs there's parts where you want that breath, and then there's parts where you don't. It's all about, like I said, in your head, what sounds right. I tried tracking some vocals this morning with it, and it didn't sound good. It sounded like I was just cutting my my vocals up and kind of just pasting them together. It's kind of nice to have that filler, and I think that's why people use like a reverb and a delay. And see, that's where I don't have this perfect. It's catching some of my breaths when I'm breathing in. I still got to mess with the gate. It's not perfect yet. So let me know if you know how to fix like that breath thing. I think it's just a sweet spot, finding that sweet spot. And there it goes again. I think maybe I got to turn it up a little bit so it's not catching those breaths just when I vocalize words. Trial and error. I can't stress that enough. Digging into all this, it's something else. But as I was saying, I wouldn't use this on my vocals. I switch over to the ALOT preamp when I'm tracking vocals because that's just what sounds right to me. A lot of people use the Voxbox or the Neve preamp. The ALOT, just for my voice, it sounds right. And that's where, I try to differ from everyone else. I see what everyone's doing. I keep up to date on that, but I try not to just do it because they are. And that's what, with the SM7 here, it seemed like everybody had it. And it's like, well, that doesn't mean I should. I like to stand out and do my own thing. But for what my situation and what I'm doing, it works very well. I think it sounds really good. Yeah, I guess there's not much else I can say about that. I just wanted to do a quick video. Those breaths are gonna drive me nuts. So I'm gonna have to fix that somehow. So yeah, I guess that's my technique. If you're looking to get into this and get that background hissing, that white noise, I guess, if you will, out of your recordings, especially if you're streaming. Like, you don't want your cat meowing in the background and everything. What else? Like, I've got a furnace that blows and all that, like I shouldn't have to hear that, and you shouldn't, as a viewer, have to deal with it either. Like, this is my place. I'm inviting you into my home. I want to make it as comfortable as possible. And I think that's the goal of every channel, is to make the viewing experience as comfortable as possible. So I hope that this was fun, this was comfortable, this was pleasant to listen to, and above all else, informative. Again, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. The feedback, what we give each other is what helps build each other. So if you have, especially on those breaths, like what it is that I may need to adjust to get those ever so slight breaths from clipping in and sounding weird, I'd really appreciate it. But I hope everyone has a good day. Take care. Do something productive. And as always, Godspeed.